Hey guys, welcome back to MFO. I'm out here on Lake Galena. Megan's doing her spot, and we're gonna go see if we can't catch some bass in the fall. It's a beautiful day, a little overcast, but we're gonna go out. And I did a video a little while ago about not making mistakes in the fall, and I'm gonna see if I can't go out and catch some fish and not make some fall mistakes. We'll see how things go. Stick around, guys. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. We're here in Galena. Beautiful fall day. A little overcast today. Megan's taking advantage of the spa and getting herself a fish. I don't know what she's doing, but she's in the spa for sure for a couple hours. And so I just rented a little pontoon boat here, and I'm out on Lake Galena and doing some fall fishing. And so, I'm kind of do the things that I've talked about lately on the channel, which is, looking for wind, moving baits, junk fishing. I got a little bit of everything going on here. I got shaky head, I got jerk bait, I got top water baits, chatter baits, spinner baits. Again, I don't have as much as I would have if I was out on my own boat, just because I'm not going to bring the kitchen sink along with me on a 2-hour fishing trip. But just trying a little bit of everything and being open to everything. So rocks, wind, gonna work some baits here, and then if I happen to see a lay down or something along those lines, then I'll fish that as well. We'll see how things go here. Couple of logs down there that look kind of juicy that I want to try and get to, but otherwise I'm not really feel like I want to get. This is kind of, it's not bad, but I want to get a little bit more into the wind. This is the wind protected side. This is kind of one of the things, especially in this situation. It's like, well, I don't have a trolling motor. I'm fishing out of a little rental pontoon boat, and I'm really at the mercy of where I drift. So being in the wind is not a great thing, and yet there's one. All right, first fish of the day on a little shaky head, and we were fishing in some laydown. So the other day I did an episode about mistakes guys make in the fall. I've got I was throwing a jerk bait over around that riprap where the wind's blowing into that riprap. Came over here, saw some laydowns, threw into there, and got our first little fish of the day. So we're gonna keep at it, junk fishing in the fall. Off the riprap on a jerkbait. Alright. Little one, but all we're doing today is just trying to establish how to catch fish in the fall. And we're looking at, so far, we're getting it done. All right, little one on the jerkbait. I don't know if you can see here, but this riprap bank is very steep, and so to be honest, it's like throwing a jerkbait almost on a bluff wall. But when we get over here, it starts to taper off, and that to me seems like that's something to be aware of. How steep that edge is there. Fish. Okay, maybe I wasn't asking for trouble. I was asking for fish. There we go. That's just what I predicted too. All right. I tell you what, I heard all these stories about Lake Galena having big bass. I haven't seen them yet, but we're at least catching some fish here today on this fall day. And I got to be honest, guys, you know, fishing out of a little pontoon boat with limited gear and no trolling motor, no electronics, and on a lake that I've been to once before, in the fall, catching 3, 4 fish, you know, 5 fish, whatever we end up getting today. We've got, I think, 3 so far. I consider that a success, and I'm measuring my success mostly on locating fish and the choices that I'm making in terms of where I'm fishing, and are there fish at the locations that I'm choosing. So So far, we're doing okay. Right where we're supposed to be. Right on that log, right where that turtle is. Right up against it too. I made several casts to it, and it wasn't until I got right up next to it that I saw the line swimming. Well, like I said, I consider this to be a successful day. You know, we didn't catch any big fish, but caught fish on a variety of different lures, whether it be a shaky head or a jerk bait. We tried a bunch of things, tried some topwater, even tried to throw the whopper plopper a little bit, but didn't get bit on that at all. But guys, I appreciate you tuning in, and get out and enjoy the fall weather while you still can. There's still fishing to be done. We'll talk to you again tomorrow on another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.